Sarcopenia, a condition that not everyone is aware of, silently affects the lives of millions of older adults. It is a disease that causes muscle loss, reducing strength and mobility, which leads those who suffer from it to no longer be able to care for themselves. This is not just a physical issue, but also an emotional one, as people who were once full of life now face challenges with every step they take. As we age, our bodies gradually lose the ability to maintain and regenerate muscle tissue as we did in our younger years. Studies show that sarcopenia begins to emerge in middle age and becomes progressively more severe as we get older. But what's heartbreaking is that not everyone realizes the danger it poses at the onset. Muscle loss is not something people typically think about when considering old age. However, when it begins to take hold, the changes become undeniably noticeable. Older individuals suffering from sarcopenia often feel weaker and are unable to perform daily tasks like walking, climbing stairs, or even taking care of themselves. They may feel that they are losing their independence, no longer the person they once were. One day, getting out of bed or stepping outside can become a challenge. Every step requires assistance, sometimes from loved ones, sometimes from mobility aids. And sometimes, it's the feeling of loneliness in needing help for even the simplest tasks that cuts the deepest, as they struggle to ask for help when they once could do everything on their own. When muscle mass is lost, it's not just a physical decline but also a mental and emotional one. Older adults not only face difficulty moving but may also experience feelings of disappointment, sadness, and at times despair. Individuals who once prided themselves on their independence now find themselves dependent on others. This can be deeply damaging to their self-esteem. They may not only lose muscle, but also the confidence and self-reliance they once had. What is most sorrowful is that most people don't realize sarcopenia can be prevented or slowed if addressed early on. The lack of awareness about this condition often leads many to suffer in silence, facing pain and hardship for the remainder of their lives. In fact, falls caused by muscle loss can lead to serious injuries, making life for the elderly filled with pain and suffering. We cannot stop aging, but we can help our loved ones avoid the devastating effects of sarcopenia. A healthy diet, appropriate exercise, and proper care can help maintain muscle strength and lead to a better quality of life for older adults. However, the most important thing is for us to be aware of this silent threat, so that our elderly loved ones do not have to endure the destruction of sarcopenia without knowing. Sarcopenia is not an inevitable part of aging. It's a challenge we can face and overcome if we are proactive in taking care of our health today. The strength of the super elderly is not an easy concept to grasp, and it is certainly not something that is widely recognized in society. While we often view old age as a period of weakness and low energy, the reality is that there are elderly people who still retain strength, resilience, and endurance. However, behind these super elderly individuals lies a story of pain, invisible sacrifices, and struggles that cannot be put into words. First of all, we cannot deny that old age brings health challenges. Elderly people inevitably face chronic illnesses, pain, and symptoms of aging. But there are super elderly individuals who do not let these difficulties weaken their spirits. They remain resilient, continue to work hard, and live a full and meaningful life. However, this resilience often makes them feel isolated because they do not want others to see the vulnerability within them. They do not want to burden their children or family, so they hide the pain and hardships they endure. Behind that strength are long sleepless nights, pain that tortures the body but never a word of complaint. There are slow steps, trembling hands when holding things, yet they never let others see it. They continue to live as if nothing has changed, but in reality, they are fighting their own bodies every day, every hour. They are super elderly, not because they possess extraordinary strength, but because they never let weakness win. Perhaps it is precisely in those dark moments, when everything seems unbearable, that the true strength of the super elderly becomes apparent. It is their ability to maintain optimism, their unyielding perseverance, and the power of love for their family and friends. They do not just live for themselves but for those around them, for the people they love. Even though they may sometimes feel tired, and even though they may want to give up, they continue to press on because they know their family needs them. That is a mental strength that is immense, one that no one could imagine until they truly understand their sacrifices. However, the cost of this strength is not cheap. The resilience of the super elderly often means that they have to sacrifice their own needs and emotions. They may endure in silence, hiding their pain, just so they don't bother their loved ones. They do this because they understand that old age is an unavoidable stage, and they do not want to become a burden to their family. But deep down, perhaps they wish someone would share their sorrow, comfort them, and help when they feel weak. The strength of the super elderly is a profound lesson in love and sacrifice. Yet, it is also in their story that we realize sometimes strength is not something obvious. It is a battle not only against time but also with the invisible challenges that society often overlooks. We, the younger generations, can learn so much from their resilience, and at the same time, we must recognize that sometimes the greatest medicine for them is the care and love we offer, helping them navigate the challenges of life. The habits of protecting muscle mass in older adults are not always their choice, but often a necessity due to unavoidable changes in the body. As muscles gradually deteriorate, habits that were once considered normal now become challenging tasks, daily struggles to maintain health, sometimes just to preserve independence in life. It is a silent battle that no one sees, no one hears, but it lingers in every movement of the elderly. For older adults, protecting muscle mass is not simply about exercising, eating right, or getting enough rest. It is a continuous battle with time, a challenge they face every day. As the body loses strength and flexibility, they can no longer perform everyday tasks without feeling exhausted. Sitting comfortably or standing up from a chair becomes a challenge. Simple actions like bending down to pick something up or taking a walk around the park become difficult. The pain and weakness make them change their way of life, and the habits they have carried out for a lifetime are no longer possible without struggle. Still, there are those who do not give up. They exercise daily, even if it's just a few simple movements like stretching their legs, rotating their neck, or walking around the house. But these individuals never easily admit that they are only doing this to slow down the degeneration of their muscles. Behind every workout, there is exhaustion mixed with determined effort. Behind every step, there is a struggle against pain and fatigue. It is a routine born not out of choice, but out of a desire to preserve whatever remains of their body, to maintain independence and not depend on others. These habits of protecting muscle mass are a tremendous effort, especially when the body is no longer as strong as before. Every morning, they wake up knowing that a new day has arrived, and their body will continue to age, yet they keep trying to maintain muscle protection habits as a way to hold on to life. But even during those moments when the body is no longer strong enough to keep up those routines, they still don't want to give up. They find ways to maintain their muscles, even if it's just a little. And each time they feel exhausted, each time they no longer have the strength to continue, they push through the sadness and keep fighting because they know that if they give up, they will lose the ability to take care of themselves. But these sacrifices also become a burden. When older adults put in the effort to protect their muscles, they endure pains that they cannot share with anyone. The nights without sleep because their bodies are tired, the mornings waking up with aches all over their bodies but still having to get up and keep going with life. Meanwhile, those around them sometimes don't understand these sacrifices. They cannot realize that every movement of the elderly carries a silent struggle against time. The habit of protecting muscle mass is not only a physical task but also an inner journey. It is the acceptance that the body is gradually weakening, yet holding on to the belief that, as long as they have strength, they will not give up. The feelings of weakness and pain may bring sadness, but they still do not abandon their muscle protection habits because it is a part of life. These habits, though difficult, are a source of hope, a confirmation that older adults can still live, still contribute, even if it's just a little in the remaining years. Hormetic stress, a concept often misunderstood, is a subtle yet powerful force that plays a vital role in maintaining both physical and mental health. As we age, our bodies inevitably begin to weaken, and our muscles slowly lose their strength. But while this decline is unavoidable, there exists a unique type of stress, hormetic stress, that can actually protect us and help slow down this process. It's a paradox. Stress, which is usually seen as something harmful, can, in fact, be beneficial in small doses. For older adults, the key lies in the intensity and duration of the stress. Hormetic stress refers to the concept of exposing the body to manageable amounts of stress, which in turn triggers a protective response. This is similar to how we challenge our muscles by lifting weights or how we force our brains to grow by solving problems or learning new skills. The key difference is that the stress is not overwhelming. It's a controlled, safe stress that encourages growth and adaptation. When we engage in activities that stimulate our bodies like exercising, fasting, or even enduring short bursts of cold or heat, our cells react by becoming stronger and more resilient. The effects of hormetic stress on older adults are profound. While the body's natural ability to repair itself diminishes with age, small amounts of stress can trigger a cascade of beneficial reactions within the cells. The body begins to produce proteins that protect muscles and prevent further breakdown. These activities strengthen the immune system, improve energy levels, and increase longevity. In essence, hormetic stress acts as a defense mechanism, encouraging the body to fight back against the natural aging process. But this beneficial stress can only work if it's applied correctly. It's about finding the delicate balance, enough stress to stimulate growth but not so much that it causes harm. For older individuals, this could mean engaging in low-impact exercises like walking or gentle stretching, which apply just the right amount of stress on the muscles and joints. Activities such as yoga or tai chi, which incorporate deep breathing and slow movements, can also provide the perfect environment for hormetic stress to flourish, as they allow the body to challenge itself without risking injury. However, there's a subtle sadness that accompanies this realization. For older adults, it's not always easy to incorporate stress in a beneficial way. They often face the struggle of deciding what activities to pursue, what level of exertion is safe, and what could be harmful. The fear of overexertion or injury can make them hesitant, and many might find themselves stuck in a cycle of inactivity. The loss of strength over time, compounded by the fear of worsening their condition, can discourage them from engaging in these beneficial activities. Yet, even in the face of this fear, there is hope. Hormetic stress isn't just about physical health. It's about resilience, both in the body and the mind. As older adults learn to embrace small doses of stress, they can gradually regain a sense of control over their health and well-being. The small victories, whether it's taking a short walk, lifting a small weight, or simply standing for longer periods, become monumental accomplishments. These moments of stress, though challenging, provide an invaluable opportunity for growth. They serve as reminders that age does not mean the end of progress. Rather, it marks a new phase of growth through adaptation. The sadness that accompanies aging can often make it feel like the fight against muscle loss is a losing battle. But hormetic stress offers a small yet significant chance to defy this inevitable decline. By embracing this stress with the right mindset, older adults can not only protect their muscles but also enhance their overall quality of life, proving that even in the face of inevitable aging, there is always room for growth and strength. Creating a proper protein usage plan is one of the most important factors in maintaining health and preventing muscle loss as we age. However, this is not always straightforward, as the human body undergoes changes in its ability to absorb and utilize protein as we get older. Muscle loss not only decreases strength but also affects the quality of life. Therefore, understanding how to use protein effectively throughout life will help protect the body, especially in later years. Protein plays a crucial role in maintaining and building muscle mass, particularly for older adults. But as we age, the body is not as efficient in utilizing protein as it once was. The digestive and protein metabolism systems weaken, making it harder to absorb and use protein effectively. This leads to muscle loss and reduced ability to recover after physical activity. So, how can we create a plan to use protein properly to optimize its benefits? One of the first things to note is ensuring an adequate protein intake. Older adults may need more protein than younger individuals. Nutrition experts recommend that adults consume about 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day, especially during times when the body needs to recover or when exercising. This helps maintain muscle mass and prevent muscle wasting due to aging. Another important factor when planning protein usage is spreading protein intake over several meals throughout the day. Instead of focusing on a single large meal, distributing protein intake across the day allows the body time to digest and absorb protein more effectively. Each meal should provide enough protein to stimulate protein synthesis in the body, aiding muscle recovery and maintaining strength. In addition, choosing the right type of protein is crucial. Protein-rich foods such as meat, fish, eggs, dairy, and plant-based sources like beans, chia seeds, and quinoa provide high-quality protein that is easy to digest and absorb. However, for older adults, protein supplements like whey protein or other forms of protein supplements can also be a suitable option. Whey protein is particularly effective in aiding quick absorption, which is important when the body needs to recover muscle after a long day. Additionally, combining protein with other nutrients, especially vitamins and minerals like vitamin D, calcium, and omega-3, can enhance the effectiveness of protein in the body. Studies show that vitamin D can help improve protein absorption and protect muscles from deterioration. Omega-3, found in fatty fish like salmon, has also been shown to positively affect muscle growth and reduce inflammation. However, there is a sad reality that many older adults often don't get enough protein in their daily diets. A lack of protein can lead to fatigue, decreased immunity, and increasingly weak muscles. They may feel tired, lack energy, and even struggle with everyday tasks like walking, climbing stairs, or carrying objects. Facing this reality, a proper protein usage plan not only helps prevent muscle loss but also improves quality of life, providing energy and flexibility for the body. While this may require patience and a bit of effort, small steps like splitting meals, choosing suitable protein sources, and supplementing with necessary nutrients can help older adults maintain their health and muscle mass, combating the natural decline of aging. Thus, creating a proper protein usage plan is not only an essential part of maintaining health but also a key strategy for living a healthy life throughout the years. Vitamin D plays an irreplaceable role in maintaining overall health, especially as we age. This vital nutrient not only supports bone health but also helps in the absorption of calcium, strengthens the immune system, and plays a crucial role in muscle function. Yet, as we grow older, the body's ability to produce and absorb vitamin D diminishes, making it even more critical to optimize its intake. Despite the knowledge of its importance, many people are unaware of the best practices for achieving sufficient vitamin D levels, leading to muscle weakness, fatigue, and a higher risk of chronic conditions. A major reason for vitamin D deficiency in older adults is the decrease in the skin's ability to produce vitamin D when exposed to sunlight. As we age, the skin's synthesis of vitamin D reduces significantly. Furthermore, older adults tend to spend more time indoors, limiting sun exposure, which is the primary source of this vital nutrient. Without sufficient vitamin D, the body struggles to absorb calcium effectively, leading to brittle bones and a greater risk of fractures. The impact of vitamin D deficiency doesn't just stop at bone health. Muscle strength also declines due to the lack of this essential nutrient. Studies have shown that individuals with lower levels of vitamin D are more likely to experience muscle weakness and have a higher risk of falls. The body's muscles rely on vitamin D to function properly, and without it, they become more prone to injury and inefficiency. So, how can we optimize vitamin D intake to ensure the body's well-being, especially as we age? The first and most natural method is sunlight exposure. Spending 10 to 30 minutes in the sun several times a week allows the body to synthesize vitamin D, though the duration and frequency depend on factors like skin type, geographical location, and the season. However, relying solely on sunlight may not be sufficient, particularly in areas with long winters or for people who spend most of their time indoors. In such cases, dietary sources of vitamin D become even more important. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are excellent sources of vitamin D, as are fortified foods like milk, orange juice, and cereals. Egg yolks and beef liver also contain some vitamin D, although in smaller amounts. Incorporating these foods into the diet can help bridge the gap when sunlight exposure isn't enough. However, for many older adults, even with a well-balanced diet, obtaining enough vitamin D from food alone can be challenging. This is where vitamin D supplements become essential. Vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, is the most effective form of supplementation, as it is better absorbed and utilized by the body compared to vitamin D2. Supplementation is particularly important during the winter months when sunlight exposure is limited, and for those who live in areas with insufficient sunlight year-round. Taking vitamin D supplements can help raise the levels in the bloodstream, which is crucial not only for bone health but also for maintaining muscle mass and strength. A deficiency in vitamin D can lead to conditions like osteomalacia, softening of the bones, and osteoporosis, both of which significantly increase the risk of fractures, especially in the elderly. Furthermore, a deficiency in vitamin D can exacerbate conditions like sarcopenia, where muscle mass and strength decline, leaving individuals more susceptible to falls and injuries. Yet, it's not just about taking the supplements, it's about taking them the right way. Ensuring that the dose is appropriate is key, as excessive vitamin D intake can have negative effects, such as increasing the risk of kidney stones and calcium buildup in the blood. It is best to consult with a healthcare provider to determine the correct dosage based on individual needs and health conditions. Even though vitamin D is crucial for physical health, it is often overlooked, particularly when we talk about aging and muscle maintenance. The sad reality is that many older adults are not receiving the vitamin D they need, which can lead to the gradual deterioration of both muscle mass and bone density. This is a critical issue, one that can be prevented with simple lifestyle changes such as optimizing vitamin D intake through sun exposure, diet, and supplements. To optimize vitamin D levels is to ensure a foundation of good health for aging adults. This simple nutrient becomes an essential key in unlocking better muscle health, preventing injuries, and enhancing overall vitality in the golden years. By paying attention to the need for vitamin D, we can help prevent the emotional and physical toll of muscle weakness and frailty, empowering older individuals to live more confidently and with less fear of falling. Inflammation, one of the leading factors behind many health issues, is a major enemy of muscle health and overall wellness, especially as we age. Inflammation can manifest in various forms, from chronic inflammation throughout the body to localized infections, but one thing is clear. When the body has to cope with prolonged inflammation, it significantly impacts muscle health and the immune system. In fact, inflammation is one of the primary causes of muscle loss, leading to sarcopenia, a condition characterized by the gradual loss of muscle mass, which diminishes strength and mobility. When the body experiences inflammation, the immune system begins to react to harmful agents like bacteria, viruses, or environmental factors, and in the process, inflammatory substances are produced. If this inflammation is left unchecked or becomes chronic, it can lead to lasting muscle deterioration, hindering muscle regeneration. Chronic inflammation can also reduce the transport of nutrients to muscles, affecting the ability to maintain strength and endurance. Beyond its negative effects on muscles, prolonged inflammation weakens the immune system, making the body more susceptible to other illnesses. A weakened immune system is unable to protect the body effectively from serious conditions, including arthritis, cardiovascular problems, and even cancer. This is particularly concerning for the elderly, whose immune systems are already compromised compared to younger years. Therefore, controlling inflammation is not only a strategy for protecting muscle health but also an essential part of maintaining long-term wellness. So, how can we control inflammation, especially as we age and our bodies become more sensitive? One of the key approaches is reducing inflammation through a healthy diet and lifestyle habits. Foods containing natural anti-inflammatory compounds, such as omega-3s from salmon, walnuts, or other nuts, can help lower inflammation in the body. Antioxidant-rich foods, such as fruits and vegetables, also play a role in reducing inflammation and protecting muscles from damage. In addition to diet, maintaining an active and balanced lifestyle is crucial in managing inflammation. Moderate exercise not only helps strengthen muscles but also reduces inflammation in the body. Activities such as walking, swimming, or yoga can decrease inflammation without putting undue strain on joints and muscles, which is particularly important for older individuals. Moreover, stress reduction practices like meditation, yoga, or other relaxation techniques also help decrease inflammation in the body. Chronic mental stress is a trigger for inflammation, and when the mind is relaxed, the body will experience less inflammation as well. For individuals dealing with chronic inflammation or inflammatory conditions, using anti-inflammatory medications like ibuprofen or nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, can help relieve pain and control inflammation. However, these medications should be used under the guidance and supervision of a doctor, as overuse can lead to side effects. While inflammation is somewhat inevitable as we age, it is entirely possible to control the level of inflammation in our bodies. Doing so not only helps protect muscle health but also plays a crucial role in maintaining the quality of life, enabling older adults to live healthy, independent lives for longer. Reducing inflammation is an essential step in preventing muscle-related issues, cardiovascular health problems, and other diseases. Therefore, managing inflammation is a vital element in achieving good health and a happy life. Micronutrients, although required in very small amounts, play a crucial role in maintaining the health of the body, especially as we face muscle deterioration and age-related issues. These nutrients help the body function smoothly, participating in essential biological functions such as metabolism, immunity, and protecting cells from damage. However, as we age, the need for these micronutrients becomes even more critical because nutrient absorption from food may decrease, increasing the risk of deficiencies. One of the most important micronutrients for muscle health is vitamin D. Vitamin D not only supports calcium absorption, helping bones stay strong, but it also directly impacts muscle function. A deficiency in vitamin D can lead to muscle weakness and an increased risk of falls, particularly in older adults. Along with vitamin D, other micronutrients like magnesium, potassium, and zinc are also crucial for muscle health, helping the body maintain electrolyte balance and nerve function, which directly affects our ability to move and maintain muscle strength. As we age, maintaining adequate levels of micronutrients becomes a bigger challenge than ever before. The digestive system's ability to absorb nutrients tends to decline, making it harder to maintain a balanced diet that is rich in vitamins and minerals. Additionally, many older adults' diets often lack micronutrient-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, and omega-3 rich foods, leading to deficiencies in these vital nutrients. To address this issue, supplementing micronutrients through dietary supplements can be a helpful solution. However, supplementation should be done correctly and under the guidance of a doctor, as excessive intake of certain micronutrients can have side effects or harm the body. Regular health checkups to monitor nutrient levels are essential, allowing for the timely detection of deficiencies and adjusting the diet accordingly. In addition to vitamin D, other micronutrients like vitamin C, vitamin E, and minerals such as iron and magnesium also play vital roles in protecting the body from oxidative damage and supporting muscle recovery after exercise or illness. These micronutrients help reduce the aging process, protect cells from free radical damage, and support the protein synthesis needed to maintain healthy muscles. Focusing on micronutrients is not just an important factor in maintaining overall health, but also a way to protect muscles from age-related deterioration. By providing adequate and proper micronutrients, we can minimize the risk of muscle-related problems, protect bone health, and help the body maintain flexibility and strength throughout life. As we age, the body not only faces muscle decline but also changes in the nervous system, which directly impacts our ability to move and the strength of our muscles. The connection between the nervous system and muscles, known as the neuromuscular connection, plays a crucial role in allowing our body to perform movements smoothly and with strength. However, with aging, this connection can weaken, leading to decreased motor control and resulting in muscle weakness or loss. The neuromuscular connection depends on the ability of nerve cells to communicate with muscle fibers. Electrical signals from the nervous system are transmitted to the muscles, controlling movement and strength. As we age, the nervous system can lose some of its ability to efficiently activate and control muscles, leading to slower reflexes and reduced muscle strength. This often results in a lack of strength, difficulty maintaining balance, and decreased mobility. To maintain and improve neuromuscular connection, regular exercise is key. Muscle-strengthening workouts not only help build and maintain muscle mass but also stimulate nerve cells, improving the transmission of signals from the brain to the muscles. Exercises that require quick reactions, such as weight training, sports activities, and aerobic exercises, can help maintain and enhance this connection. These exercises not only strengthen the muscles but also stimulate the nervous system, enabling better control and coordination of movements. In addition, a nutrient-rich diet contributes to maintaining neuromuscular health. Nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin B12, and folic acid are crucial for the health of nerve cells. Omega-3 fatty acids, in particular, help protect nerve cells from damage and improve signal transmission between cells. Vitamin B12 and folic acid are also essential for supporting the development and function of the nervous system, especially for older adults, as the ability to absorb these vitamins tends to decrease with age. Moreover, healthy lifestyle habits such as getting enough sleep, managing stress, and maintaining a healthy body weight also help improve neuromuscular connection. Deep, quality sleep not only allows the body to recover but also helps the brain process and strengthen neural connections, improving muscle control and coordination. The neuromuscular connection is vital for maintaining overall health and flexibility as we age. By adopting a healthy lifestyle, combining regular exercise with proper nutrition, we can enhance and maintain this connection, thus preserving strength and mobility throughout life. As we grow older, our bodies undergo significant changes, and one of the most crucial aspects that often gets overlooked is the strength and health of our neuromuscular connection. This connection is the link between our nervous system and our muscles, allowing us to move, maintain balance, and carry out basic tasks like walking, standing, and picking things up. Unfortunately, as we age, this vital connection begins to weaken, leading to a decrease in muscle strength, coordination, and overall motor function. This is where protecting and maintaining the neuromuscular connection becomes essential. The neuromuscular connection works by transmitting electrical signals from the brain to the muscles, instructing them to contract and relax, which enables us to perform any physical movement. However, as we age, several factors such as decreased nerve function, loss of muscle fibers, and changes in the brain's ability to send clear signals can disrupt this process. This can result in slower reflexes, muscle weakness, and a general decline in physical performance. To protect and preserve the neuromuscular connection, it's important to engage in regular physical activity that stimulates both the nervous system and muscles. Resistance training, for example, has been shown to improve muscle strength while also boosting the efficiency of neural pathways. Exercises such as weightlifting, yoga, and Tai Chi not only enhance muscle strength but also improve coordination, balance, and overall neuromuscular function. These activities challenge the brain and muscles to work together, improving communication and reducing the risk of falls and injuries. In addition to exercise, maintaining a balanced diet rich in nutrients plays a vital role in supporting neuromuscular health. Key nutrients such as vitamin B12, omega-3 fatty acids, and magnesium are essential for nerve function and muscle health. Vitamin B12, for instance, is crucial for the formation of red blood cells and the health of nerve cells. Omega-3 fatty acids are known to support brain and nerve function, while magnesium helps relax muscles and prevent cramps. Ensuring that these nutrients are included in your diet can help protect and maintain the integrity of your neuromuscular connection. Furthermore, getting enough rest and managing stress are also critical components of maintaining a healthy neuromuscular connection. Sleep is essential for the body's recovery process, and it helps restore and repair neural pathways. Chronic stress, on the other hand, can lead to inflammation, which may further impair nerve function and exacerbate muscle weakness. Learning how to manage stress through mindfulness relaxation techniques, or engaging in hobbies can significantly improve your overall physical and mental health. Another effective way to protect the neuromuscular connection is by maintaining a healthy weight. Excess weight places additional strain on the muscles and joints, leading to wear and tear that can impair the neuromuscular system's ability to function properly. Keeping a healthy weight through balanced eating and regular exercise ensures that the muscles and nerves are not overburdened, allowing them to maintain their strength and function. Protecting and maintaining the neuromuscular connection as we age is crucial for preserving mobility, strength, and independence. By incorporating exercise, proper nutrition, stress management, and healthy lifestyle habits into our routine, we can safeguard this vital link between our brain and muscles, helping to ensure that we stay strong, active, and independent as we grow older. As we enter old age, our bodies and their functions are no longer what they once were. But the important thing to realize is that while the aging process cannot be stopped, we can fully control how our bodies change and optimize our health. Every factor, from maintaining muscle mass, protecting the body from inflammation, to maintaining the neuromuscular connection, can be cared for and improved if we approach them correctly. Habits that protect muscle mass, such as regular exercise, providing enough protein and vitamins, play a crucial role in preserving health as we age. managing inflammation and optimizing nutrients like vitamin D and micronutrients are foundational to supporting the immune system and keeping the body functioning at its best. Additionally, we need to protect the neuromuscular connection, which not only helps us maintain flexibility and strength but also enables us to stay independent in daily life. In the end, it is us, with knowledge and proper care, who can keep our bodies and minds strong, fighting against the natural decline of old age. The key is not to give up, but to keep fighting to protect our bodies as a precious part of life. Every step, every habit brings positive results, and it is never too late to start taking care of our health. So, let's continue our journey, protect our bodies, and maintain our health so we can live a healthy, meaningful, and happy life. In the end, it is us, with knowledge and proper care, who can keep our bodies and minds strong, fighting against the natural decline of old age. The key is not to give up, but to keep fighting to protect our bodies as a precious part of life. Every step, every habit brings positive results, and it is never too late to start taking care of our health. So, let's continue our journey, protect our bodies, and maintain our health so we can live a healthy, meaningful, and happy life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Golden Wellbeing, and share it with your family and friends. Together, we can all take better care of our health and enjoy the beauty of life.